Hey everyone, I'm Ollie and I live and travel out of my van behind me with my dog Ava behind me. And today I show you my van and how we live, and yeah, long story short, let's go. So I not really made a script what I want to say, or I don't made a letter with all the points, pro and contra, what is better and what not. The biggest question, of course, is why I rent a van. So when we start at the beginning, this is a van I rent long term for 1 year. So it's not mine, and I didn't buy, I just rent them for long term. So yeah, that's the main question, why I rent a van and why I'm not buying one. So of course it's the question. I mean, there are some pros and contras. For me, I know myself, so I like a lot of things, and usually I'm someone who making easy and fast decisions, so I don't thinking too much about where I want to go or what I want to do. And to buying a van, so definitely after the COVID thing, the vans are super expensive because everyone is doing this now, van life and building a camper, and going to whatever across India with a 50-year-old van. So the prices are super high. So then the second one, I live in Berlin, so I don't have a garage, or I don't have a house with a big space, so I can't buy a van and build them on the streets. I mean, you can do this, absolutely, you can do everything, but I don't know if this is nice. And then I also thought, you buy a van for, I don't know, 15,000. So then you put maybe 5 or 6 or 7 or 10,000 in the van for the kitchen, for the power, for the solar panels, for the bedroom, for the fridge, whatever, for the shower. And then it's 1 or 2 years, and then your life is changing. So then you have this 25,000 euro expensive car there, and you don't use it, and then you try to sell it and you lost. So I was like, I don't know what is a good decision, but at the end I decided to rent the van for 1 year. So after the 1 year I can make another year, or I can say, hey, it was a nice experience, but I go back in a normal life, because Ava and I, we are living full time and traveling full time in the van. So traveling not so much, because I don't have these remote, I guess is the right word, the remote job. So I have a job in Berlin, so I have to come all the time back. But yeah, in my off days we traveling, we exploring, and we are living full time. And after the year I have this option to buy the van. So I mean, it's a I'll show you this later. It's a 2023 Grand California, so it's in really good conditions. It's from last year, so it's more or less new. It's I guess he runs 50,000 kilometers so far, so it's also not that much. And the good thing in this rent is you pay a high rent, but everything is included except the gas. So that means when I have a problem, I don't know, with my shower or with my battery or with something else, I don't have to pay. So I go there, or I call the the company, and then they help me, they're giving me a new one or whatever. So that's the thing. I don't have to break my head about all the problems. And definitely when you are in van life, there's always a problem. You always find problems, you always have problems. Even with this car, I'm in the van since 2 months, and I have every day something new, something small. Absolutely. So no big things, but you find all the time some problems and some things that are taking time. And yeah, so this is the first thing in the video why I decided to rent, because I don't want to buy one, build one. I mean, to buy a van, to make this a project, to build this on your own with your own hands. And I mean, now the van is built standard, you know, everything is standard and everything is more or less that is practical for everyone. For sure, when you buy a van, you build the van for yourself. So you can make you can make a desk for your video editing, or you can make a bigger bed, or you can make what else. So you can buy this and build this like you want. Here, of course, it's not like this. I can change the things, because after the year I have to give the van back. So I can't make things that I can't remove. So but yeah, that's the first thing, the first step. I decided to rent. So let's go, we start. I don't know how to film this cool, because the space is, man, the bugs are crazy. The space is definitely not the biggest. So let's see how I film this, maybe in this way. So we start, we have here the fridge. The fridge is a 70-liter fridge. I hope it's not so dirty inside. It's built in this kitchen counter. It looks not so big, but usually it's absolutely enough for the van life. Here also have here deep freezer, so you can make your beer super cold or put some small pizzas or whatever. Here also some extra thing for the eggs, for butter, for cheese. I don't know what you want. So 70 liters fridge. I guess he runs with 30 watt. I'm not super sure, but I can see this on the panel. I guess 30 to 40 watt. It's okay. I mean, for this size, I'm not super an expert in this, but yeah. Maybe you ask yourself why I always cut my videos, because sometimes I have to watch for Ava, because we are here on a campground, on an open campground, and usually there is no one here, but on this area there are some other campers. So, and I don't want that she's curious and running to them, because I don't know if he's here forbidden to take the dog from the leash, so I always have to watch her. And yeah, so it was on the fridge. So you come in, then you have this table. You can remove the table, like you see, and you put this in the wall. Then it's really tight, so you can, usually they say you have to remove when you drive, but come on, it's super tight. And I use this for my laptop, for eating. Like in the usual normal vans, you can switch the seat, then the seats are in the other direction, then you have definitely more space. Like this, it's a bit tight, but I'm just here until tomorrow, so I don't want to make a big setup. Here I have a small organizer, usually just for the dog stuff, some spray, the leash, the brush, the brush, some for the bugs, Ava's stuff. Yeah, so it's a Grand California 2.0 diesel with 177 horsepower HP. He needs around, I would say 9 to 10 liters per 100 kilometers. So when you drive, he's super thirsty when you going over 120, but he's really good and really saving the fuel when you driving with 80. Then he's super good. He takes 7 liters, but combined it's around 9. So with one full tank, it's 75 liters. I came. What is she doing? I came 800 kilometers with one tank. I really feel that my brain is always looking for the right words. Man, this is more tough than I thought to make this in English, but hey, let's try new things. So here, this is usually the second bed for the kids, because usually it's for 4 people, 2 adults and 2 kids. You can take this out, and then the bed is until there. Then there can someone sleep, but like I said, it's just for kids. I mean, it's 150 or I don't know, so no for adults. I have there my stuff, some t-shirts, and I also bought this ventilator, because usually there is no AC on board except the AC when the engine is running, but there is no AC when we are staying somewhere. So, and with dog, you know, in the summer it's sometimes really hot, and I buy this ventilator. So far it's good. It's not a AC, definitely it's not that cold, but I guess it's okay. Like I said, I can't build things because I have to remove or I have to give the van back, so I don't want to buy a AC for $2,000 for 1 year, and then so that's okay so far. Also I can connect this to my phone and can control this. That's really good. What is she doing? She's really independent. She's going her way, but the good thing is she always came back. Yeah. So yeah, this is the AC thing. Then I have my curtains for the night that I put here. So then I'm really good. I mean, now there is it's not open, but yeah. So I guess it's the standard in van life that you have a curtain between the cockpit and the living room. So bap. Here I have some space where I put all my stuff. I have this really cool small vacuum, because usually the van is always dirty and there's always mud and hairs, especially from a dog. So I also keep my drone stuff here, something to clean. Here I have my one and only real plant. So far she's really good surviving this. There's fake plants. I have here my, this thing makes some nice smell with lavender. So I have 2 USB ports also for my light there. I don't know if we can see this now, but let's check. Let's check. Of course, it's not in. So let's put it in. Yeah, I have some light. It's changing. I mean, now it's too bright to see this good, but I guess looks nice. So here is the 2 seats rear area where you can usually put your kids when you drive, because in the front it's just a 2-seater, like you can see. I covered everything with blankets because of the dog hair, and yeah, I guess after 1 year they are not looking good anymore. So yeah, this is for the kids. I also covered this. Here you have all the stuff for the Truma heater, because I also have a heater on board. It's running with propane is the right word. Propane. Huh? Where is she going? There. So, yeah. So propane is the right word. So I have a Truma heater with 2 bottles of, each of them have 11 kilos of propane. So it's in the back, hidden in the back under the bed. So for the winter, it's super warm. There's also the shower with toilet, with warm water, also over the propane. Mirror is dirty. Oh man. So you have 2 spaces for all the stuff, and here 2 spaces for all your stuff like creams or toothbrush, shower day or whatever. So it's not that big, but I'm tiny, so it's enough. It's okay. It's more like in the train or in the plane, in the airplane. You have also here a bit stuff, and there's also all the technique for the water filter and whatever. So I'm not super into the camper business, what is for what, but definitely I'm learning every day a bit. Yeah, she's there. Here you have also a good feature. When you make a barbecue outside, you have some 2 USB ports, 1 normal, but this is just working when you have power extern on a campground or whatever. So these are not using when you're standing in wild. So this one is the heart of the technique. This is the panel where you can see your battery. So for example, now we have 90% battery, 12.6 volt. We using 10 watt. I guess that's the fridge, or the light, and it's currently enough for 20 hours. But in the last days, I recognized this is not really working super well. So usually 12.6 means 90%, and this is around 40-45 hours you can stay until you have to recharge the battery. And in this case we're doing this with driving. So we have also water. We have a 110 water liter freshwater tank. It's 45% full, 40% is the old water. I don't know how much liter is the old water, when I'm honest, but I guess 50 or 60 liter. Also the temperature in the van 23, outside 23. And here you can set up your heater. This is the heater. So for the winter, this is the heater for the water. 40 degrees is for showering, 60 degrees is for cleaning, making the dishwasher or making the dishes, you know. But usually so far I clean with cold water because yeah, I don't want to waste the propane. So, and yeah, it's not focusing. Yeah, here is a camping modus. This is just a special when you're standing somewhere, you put the camping modus on and then the lights not going on when you come back to the van. And I also think the step here, because usually here when you leave or come into the van, there's a step coming out that is more comfortable to come in and to go out. But when you're on a camping modus, it's not coming out, so it saves also some power. And here you can play a bit with the light, inside, outside, the bed. Like you can see, now it's off and on. Usually there's also ambiente light, but this version don't have the ambiente light, so it's not necessary. But yeah, this is the heart. Here you can see everything about the van. Of course, I decorate a few things. So from my traveling around the world, from Seattle, from Grand Canyon, also Seattle, Melbourne, Australia. Here I put some, yeah, like my beer cup things when I was traveling around. There's also Seattle, Brewing, Chicago. This is from the company here, Mexico, Baja California, La Chaveza, Machu Picchu. This was in Alaska, brew house, Alaska, Anchorage. Super nice, Alaska. Here is the kitchen. So we have a 2-stove propane kitchen, a small and a big one. We have here the sink. It's not cleaned, sorry for that. But also we have water. So far I destroyed the glass here. There's also a glass like this. Let me show you this. Here's the glass. So you can make this boom and then it's everything nice and clean. Here this is also, but I destroyed this. But I already ordered a new one. It's not so expensive. But yeah, it was an accident. But yeah, you can really cook nice here. It's also strong, so you can make your coffee, you can make your pasta. Let's see where the dog is. Come. She's always exploring. She's a bit like me. Stay here. Los. So yeah, you have a nice. I mean, it's not the best kitchen. It's you don't have really space. You have here this small board where you can make the space a bit more, but yeah, it's not really for something. I mean, you can put here some spices or your cooking stuff, but not really. So you don't have really space for chopping, but it's okay. I mean, with a bit creativity, you can make this. I also put some extra holder for spices, salt, pepper, you know, some tea, some coffee, and I can remove this because it's just with a vacuum, I guess it's the right word, the vacuum on the wall. So like in the shower, you can remove. Also in the shower, I put a second sink because sometimes it's a bit less the space here. Then here's the bed. The bed is 186 or 187 to 140, so it's enough for 2 people. When you're taller than 185, then you have a problem. But so far for me, 184, I'm 184, it's enough because you have here, like you can see, these, they make this a bit more bigger with these, yeah, I don't know, with these holes. So you have enough space also for your feet. And then you have here these, like in a plane, like these sinks where you can put your stuff in. So your shirts, your socks, your underwear, like this. I have a lot. So here I put the stuff, you know, like for the breakfast and things. It's a bit tiny, it's not that big, but it's okay so far. Like I said in the beginning, when you build your own van, you can make this better, but so far it's okay. It's not super organized so far because I have to figure it out how I do this good. And yeah, here's the dog food, Ava's dog food. This is more or less Ava's own space. And yeah, I mean, you have a nice floor. It's like wood. Here I have this space under the bed. Before I used this for Ava's bed, but she's not really using this, and she was always laying on the front seat, the driver's seat, or on the bed. So I decided to remove her bed and use this. And I also can show this from behind. So here I also have my solar panel that I use for my power station. Also the power station is under the bed. Yeah, it's not super organized, so don't judge me, please. There I have my light bulbs for cozy evenings and nights. So here I have all my laundry stuff. Here I have 2 boxes with all the things that are not needed in the van, but so far for cleaning. You know, in Germany we have these Pfand bottles, so we always have to keep the empty bottles to bring them back in the supermarket. There I have some stuff. Oh, it's tiny. I have some stuff here, some kitchen stuff, you know, like mixer and whatever. So in the 2 boxes here I have also some clothes inside, some extra clothes like jackets or good things when I used to have wearing something good. Here now you can see this knot, but it's behind there. There are the propane bottles, 2 times. Each of them have 11 kilos, 22 kilos. It's enough for, I guess, 4 months, depends. Here you have the outdoor shower. It's the outdoor shower, especially in summer. It's really nice. You just have connected the shower. Here is also space. There is also space. This, but I guess I make a separate video for this, is my power station from Anker. Solix. It's 1500 watt, and it's running around 10 days. Depends what I am doing. But yeah, it's the power. It's enough for 10 days. I charge this with solar, with this, or I also charge this with driving, or I charge this also with the charging stations where you can charge your car, like I said in the other video. So yeah, I mean, it's a van like all the vans. So, and yeah, if you are interested, go on the website, try to rent. Also, road servers is not just in Germany. You can also rent in the US. You can also rent in, I guess, in Spain, in Italy, in a lot of different countries. And when you rent a van in Germany, you can go literally in every countries around Germany. So I guess just Israel, Turkey is not allowed, Russia is not allowed, of course, Ukraine is not allowed, of course, but you can go to Poland, to Czechia, to the north countries like Denmark, Sweden. You can go to Spain, Italy, France. You can go to Austria, Switzerland. So yeah, also I have 1750 kilometers included per month, so it's usually a lot. It's also okay because the gas is not so super cheap anymore, so I pay around 200 euros for the gas and it's enough for the month. So just if you are interested, check the website. Maybe you find also a van for yourself, or maybe just for a weekend. So they are really cool. They are also really friendly when you have problems. It's a nice car. But also this is the Grand California 600, so that means 6 meters. There's also the Grand California 680, that means 6 meter and 80s. It's a bit bigger, a bit longer, but at the end I guess it's more or less the same. But unfortunately Road Surfer don't have the 680, but they have also different vans, also some bullies, some VW bullies. Aber come, hey, come, not so far. So yeah, I guess that's the most important things. Like I said, you have 110 liters of fresh water. It's also enough for 10 days. Depends how many people living in the van or traveling in the van. But for me, it's around 10 days. It's fresh water. Yeah, all the things how you can find fresh water. I guess I make a separate video. Boah, all the bugs, the flies, crazy. So yeah, more or less, I guess that's it. That's the van where we're living. It's cool, but definitely it's yeah, some days are really hard, because now it's okay because it's summer and the life is outside, but I'm a bit afraid for the autumn and winter time. Come, aber I'm a bit afraid of the winter and autumn time, because then everything is muddy and cold and dirty. So, but let's see. That's the project, and yeah. So I guess that's for the video. I just wanted to show you the van and also to explain why the van is painted and with these rent me things, because it's a renting thing, rent thing. So it's not mine, but I explained before why. So now you know. Oh, butterfly. And yeah, if you're also interested in a van life, or just to explore and just to figure it out how it's to living in a van or to traveling in a van, go on Road Server, check out the prices, and yeah, maybe you also find something new for you. And I hope I see you again. I hope the next days we're doing some adventures, but I guess next month we are starting some adventures. I want to go to Prague, yeah. And in the summer maybe we make an Italy trip. Let's see. Life is fast. Enjoy your day and take care.